Let's discuss faith and culture. Two forces constantly pulling at us, shaping how we think, act, and move through life. In today's world, we're surrounded by trends, social media, entertainment, and new ideas that challenge the way we see faith. The question is, how do we as believers balance our faith with modern culture? And more importantly, what does the Bible actually say about it? Let's start with the obvious. Culture is powerful. It influences what we wear, what we listen to, and even how we talk. But here's the problem. Culture constantly shifts. What's celebrated today can be canceled tomorrow. What's trending now will be forgotten in a year. But faith is supposed to be unchanging, anchored in truth, not trends. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." That verse is heavy because it tells us two things. First, culture will try to conform us. And second, we have a choice. We can follow the world or let God shape us. But here's where it gets tricky. Does this mean we reject modern culture completely? Not at all. Look at Jesus. He didn't avoid the culture of his time. He engaged with it. He sat with tax collectors, spoke in parables using everyday life, and met people where they were. The difference? He never let culture define his purpose. So, how do we find balance? How do we live in the world without becoming consumed by it? Here's the key. We filter culture through faith, not the other way around. When we listen to music, watch shows, or engage with social media, we have to ask ourselves, is this feeding my spirit, or is it distancing me from God? The fact of the matter is, not everything in culture is bad. Creativity, music, technology, all of these can be used to glorify God. But when culture starts shaping our morals, our identity, and our decisions more than the Word does, that's where the imbalance begins. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. Are we reflecting culture or are we reflecting Christ? Because no matter how much the world changes, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So before we follow a trend or compromise our beliefs to fit in, let's ask ourselves, is this leading me closer to God or further away from Him? Faith isn't about rejecting culture. It's about shaping it through the lens of truth.